All right, we're testing here. 3-2-1, 3-2-1. Welcome to Simon Field. It is Wednesday night Merchants baseball against the Marshfield Chaparrals. Hello, everybody. I'm Chris Conley, just a couple minutes away from first pitch. It's 83 degrees as we get ready for baseball, and I thought that's a little low. It is humid outside, and you kind of feel the heat when you go outdoors. Evergreens are sending Roman McGuire to the mound. Last time we saw him here at Simon Field, 6 innings of no-hit baseball. He allowed just one base runner, a walk. So a high water mark for Roman. We'll give you Marshfield's batting order now. In right field, Tommy Dronner leads off. Batting second is Isaiah Burrell. He'll be playing left field. Riley Bauman's in center field. He'll hit third. Logan Homolka is the second baseman, fourth. Pitcher Kenneth Schultz will hit for himself and bat fifth. Sam Lehman is the catcher, batting sixth. Seventh is the shortstop, Will Lee. First baseman Sloan Welch, who played a full season of Legion baseball, now comes over to the Chaparrals to play adult ball. He'll bat eighth. And Al Lalacita is the third baseman, batting ninth for Marshfield. Dronner, Burrell, Bauman, Homolka, Schultz, Lehman, Lee, Welch, and Lalacala for the visiting Marshfield Chaparrals. For the homestanding Merchants, Brandon Kranz will lead off and play second base. Roman McGuire, the pitcher, will bat for himself and will hit second. Ryan Hubacek is the DH. He'll be hitting for Nolan Hoppe in left field. Hubacek will bat third. Josh Nielsen will bat fourth and play third base. In right field is Nolan Hoppe, who is batting fifth. Wade Farmer is the center fielder, sixth. Catcher Andrew Baranowski today, seventh. Connor Langdon at first base, eighth. And Tanner Graham, the shortstop, ninth. Kranz, McGuire, Hubacek. Nielsen, Hoppe, Farmer, Baranowski, Langdon, and Graham. Ready for baseball on a steamy Wednesday night. Tommy Dronner to lead off. Lefty to lefty, and strike one from Roman McGuire. Yeah, Roman's pitching performance last time was a thing of beauty. Pounding the strike zone here. No balls, 2 strikes. Bounced off the plate and foul. Just underway in baseball's pregame coverage, and our starting lineups brought to you by Auto Select, Schofield Avenue, Weston, providing dependable vehicle repair, service, and tires for 22 years. A 3-year nationwide warranty and free roadside assistance at Auto Select. You're good to go. Schofield Avenue, Weston. Didn't miss by much. A ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. And Tommy Dronner is the first strikeout of the afternoon for Roman McGuire.
Left fielder number 2, Isaiah Byron.
Isaiah Byron to bat now. Over to the right-hand side. Swing and a miss. Roman took something off of that, and Isaiah was out in front. 0-1. Something off of that, too. Same pitch. Same result. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. Tell you this, in the Merchants games that I've seen, they've had better pitching. Boy, does that help win the day. Fouled off down the first base side. Will stay at no balls and 2 strikes. Between Josh Nielsen and Roman McGuire, the last couple of Merchants games I've seen, the pitching's been, you couldn't ask for better. Took something off. This is a fly ball, shallow left. Shortstop is out. Calling and catching is Tanner Graham. There's the second out. Riley Bauman will hit with 2 outs and nobody on.
Center fielder number 25, Riley Bauman.
Baseball Today is brought to you by the Greenheck Group, the global leader in creating air movement and control equipment. Greenheck is one of Walsall's largest employers, the perfect place for the next stop in your career. See if Greenheck Group is right for you. Visit greenheck.com. That's greenheck.com. Strike one. Off the pitcher, loose in the infield, and this is going to be a more lucky than good base hit for Riley Bauman. Make sure Roman's no worse for wear there. I think that hit him up high above the knee when it came off the plate. Logan Homolka will hit. 2 outs and a base runner. Second of the first 4 batters that Roman McGuire will face, who's hitting from the left side. Popped up foul. Don't think there's a play here. Baranowski's taking a look. Nope, it's on the other side of the fence. Nicolay Bank offers personal banking at its best. Locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill. Learn more at nicolaybank.com. McGuire comes set. He's ahead 0-1. And that's fouled off. Ouch. Off Homolka's back foot. No balls, 2 strikes. Let's thank our game day sponsors, Era Pancakes, the Jamie Schley American Family Insurance Agency, and Imperial Industries. Got a couple of Merchants games on in late July and August. We've enjoyed seeing them. 0-2 pitch. Took something off, and this is strike 3. Inning over. Roman McGuire strikes out 2 of the first 3 that he faces. An infield hit does no harm. Marshfield does not score. Merchants coming up when we come right back.
Welding is about strength. The strength of structures and components. Fabrications used to support industries and communities everywhere. The creation of something greater than its separate parts. Welders are creative. Their skills set them apart from the crowd. Start with a problem, feel the heat, make the sparks, become the solution. Manufacturing moves the Midwest and the world. Study welding at North Central Technical College.
You know better when you see it.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
But sometimes it's a little harder to tell what better looks like, and you could use a little help.
Thanks, Mom.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need in a health plan. Everything you'd expect from a good neighbor.
When I look into the sun down the first base line, I got to tell you, my eyes are almost useless. The last out of the first inning was a line out to first base, caught by Connor Langman. So 1 strikeout, not 2 for Roman McGuire in his first inning of work. And the Merchants are coming up to bat. Brandon Kranz will lead off. Yeah, when we last saw the Merchants, let's see, the Minocqua Wood Ducks were here. And if you're going to have a rainout, that was the best rainout ever. We got 5.5 innings in, so the game was official. And then the rain came heavy enough and fast enough that the infield became unplayable very quickly, so we weren't sitting around waiting to see if the showers were going to move out or not. Got home at 8 o'clock that night. Earlier this morning, I mean, it is fair week, so everyone who's going to the fair wants to know what the weather's going to be like. The forecast this morning called for a chance of pop-up showers and thunderstorms. That never materialized today. And we're not going to have any weather problems tonight. Brandon Kranz to lead off against Kenneth Schultz.
Number 17, Brandon
So two lefties starting today. Schultz against Kranz, who hits from the left side. Lefty on lefty to start off the bottom of the first inning. Scheduled for 9 innings tonight of Merchants baseball. Strike one. Bouncer back to the mound. Schultz has it. Flips over to first base. There's the first out. Schultz looks like he has pretty good velocity. So aside from the lefty, sometimes a puzzle, Merchants will have to deal with that. Roman McGuire throws and hits from the left side. First pitch to Roman is down low. We've already talked about how good Roman was in his last pitching appearance here at Simon Field. He had a long double, line drive double into the gap in that game too. Takes there, and it's a strike. Count evens at 1-1. Fouled back, 1-2. If you've already taken in a baseball game today, the Brewers suffered a dirty loss this afternoon, leading 2-1 in the bottom of the ninth. Shallow left field. Shortstop is back and has a play. Will Lee has retired Roman McGuire. Brewers promptly loaded up the bases in the ninth. And then the tying and winning runs came in on a ground ball to the infield, a wild throw to home plate. And that's how the ball game ended. Ryan Hubacek, who in fact is DHing for Coleman Schilling in left field, who will not bat today. Well, teamwork makes the dream work as we get the catcher's equipment all squared away. Lefty to righty here. Checked his swing and didn't go. That's ball one. Fouled off the facing of the Marshfield dugout. Almost bounced back onto the field of play. Ball and a strike. Waiting on a 1-1 pitch. That's popped up. Is there room in foul territory? Don't think so. Nope, up onto the netting. Wow, and a ball that hangs up on the netting. Waiting there to blow down the next time a strong wind comes around. 1-2. Up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. I know for sure that this is my last baseball game of the Merchants season because I'm on vacation next week. Remains to be seen when I go to New York if we'll take in a baseball game while we're there. See who's home. 3-2. I haven't seen a game at the new City Field. I've seen a couple at Yankee Stadium. And from where my parents live, it's a not-so-difficult drive to Boston to see the Red Sox play. So, I mean, somebody's going to be at home. So maybe there'll be baseball this vacation. 3-2, foul back. Hubacek stays alive. Yeah, just because of where my parents' house is, Fenway Park is a longer drive, but getting on the highway and getting home is faster. Down low, it's a 2-out walk. Ryan Hubacek goes down to first base, and Josh Nielsen will get to hit.
Third baseman, number 22, Josh Nielsen.
Always like going to Fenway Park, one of the old ballparks that's very well preserved. My first game ever at Fenway Park was when I was just out of college. I was working in Laconia, New Hampshire. Had a baseball friend that I also went to college with. Got tickets in some of the new seating that they had put it was on the roof on the first base side. You had to climb out on a catwalk to get up there. You had your own private everything, you and about 200 people. Did the same thing over on the third base side there, 1-1. Put in play to short. This is going to be a tough play, and it's loose in the infield. Everybody's safe. That was hit to the backhand side. Will Lee was not going to throw out Josh Nielsen there anyway. It's an infield hit. The inning continues with runners at first and second.
Designated hitter, number 31, Nolan Hoppy.
Nolan Hoppy comes up as the inning continues. You got someone who's in the zone pitching like Roman McGuire is, giving him an early lead. Seems like a really good thing. Need a hit from Hoppy in this spot. Swings at the high, hard one. Strike one. No balls and a strike. Coming home. Fouled away for strike two. I spy with my broadcaster's eye, Gene Delisio is sending these games on the radio back to Marshfield. You want to be the morning mayor of Marshfield? Got to do the Chaparrals games. Gene is also, I believe, a native New Yorker. If I remember, conversation a long time ago, Gene's younger days were spent in Rockland County, not far from New York. 0-2, fouled away. Hoppy spoils a pretty good pitch, and we'll see another. Hubachek's at second, Nielsen at first, waiting on an 0-2 pitch with 2 outs. Way up high, a ball and 2 strikes now. Spent part of the day yesterday and today at the radio station booth over at the fair. Which is great if you could just stop thinking about all the work that's piling up for you back at the office. I mean, we don't get a chance to meet and say hello to everyone nearly often enough, so the fair is good for that. That just missed outside, 2-2. Kenneth Schultz thought that he had just struck out Nolan Hoppy. And of course, expensive food that's bad for you. Loaded up on cheese curds late this afternoon. Not so good. 2 balls and 2 strikes, hit foul down the third base side, not by much. Hoppy's kind of battling this at-bat. Was down 0-2. Counts now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coming home. Fouled off again. Schultz suddenly works very slow when there's traffic on the bases. Normally, these Merchants games, the pitchers that you see are pretty fast workers. We'll do 2 balls and 2 strikes again. Fouled off again. Let's see if Hoppy can win this at-bat. He's spoiled a lot of good pitches so far. And this will be the 8th pitch in the sequence at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Popped up, center field. Coming in a couple of steps, Riley Bauman makes the catch. Pitcher wins that battle. First inning's complete, and there's no score between the Merchants and Chaparrals on Zaleski Sports.
I'm Jamie Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
We said we're growing, and we are. Come join the Crystal Finishing family. We're looking for experienced industrial maintenance mechanics, CNC fabricators, all driver positions for our freight team, as well as skilled and general production. We know the importance of a work and life balance. Our shift options and flexible schedules set us apart. Our pay ranges from $17 to $43 per hour depending on your skill level. We're proud to be a family-owned company that is committed to our community, team members, and the growth of our business. Call or jump on our website to learn more.
If that's your role on the team, the first three men can't reach in the ninth inning.
Leading off the Marshfield pitcher, number 4, Kenny Schultz.
Top of the second is on, and the opposing pitcher will lead off for the Chaparrals. Here's Kenneth Schultz. Schultz survived a little base traffic in the first inning. Roman McGuire, lefty to lefty, strike one. So Schultz, of the first 5 batters for Marshfield, 3 of them hit from the left side, and Roman McGuire's been feasting on that outside corner. Just missed there. That's a little low. 1-1. Yeah, in the game against Merrill, where Roman pitched the 6 innings, allowing just 1 walk, Roman was just in control of himself. Ground ball through the left side. Schultz has a leadoff single. Sam Lemon, the catcher, will hit now. I don't know, Marshfield looks like a better team than Merrill. Merrill had a couple of guys who looked like they were waiting for the softball season to come around. Change the release point, and that pitch is fouled off for strike one. It's up on the roof of the visitors' dugout. Popped up to shallow right. Right fielder's in. Time to get under it. And Nolan Hoppy makes the catch. I wonder how it was decided that the third base dugout would be the home dugout here. If the home team took the first place dugout in these late afternoon games, we wouldn't be looking into the sun. Will Lee, the shortstop, now bats with 1 out and 1 on. Probably for the best reason of all, because it's always been that way. A ball and no strikes, and that's fouled off to even the count at 1-1. Whitetail Properties says for the best in recreational or hunting land in Wisconsin, call Brian Roush with Whitetail Properties. Share your goals, and Brian can tell you how to make them a reality. Call 715-213-4468. 715-213-4468 for Whitetail Properties. Throw over to first. Opposing pitcher Kenny Schultz doesn't look like he's going anywhere. Inside and low, 2 balls and a strike. And that's up high, 3-1. First batter that Roman McGuire has been behind with. Popped up. Foul territory, first base side. Is there room for a play there? Yes, there is. Caught in foul ground for the second out. Sloan Welsh to hit in the number 8 spot with 2 outs. Inside for ball 1. Talking about my trip to New York, that I'll either see a Yankees, Mets, or Red Sox game, depending on who's home. I have not seen a game at Citi Field, and when I was a kid, I was a big Mets fan. The Mets just can't seem to get their ballparks right. In their first couple of seasons, they played in a falling apart Polo Grounds, had to do a lot of work just to get that ballpark ready for Major League Baseball. 3 balls and no strikes here to Sloan Welsh. Shea Stadium was not a good stadium. Near the landing zone at LaGuardia Airport, so airplanes would pass over constantly throughout the ballgame. And Shea Stadium had no character, just a big circular ballpark, no different than what? Riverfront Stadium or Three Rivers Stadium or the Vet in Philadelphia? It's the era of round, cookie-cutter ballparks. Sloan Welsh has worked out a 2-out walk, and there are runners at first and second for Al Lalakala.
Third baseman, number 20, Al Lalakala.
And then Citi Field, after just 1 or 2 seasons, they began altering and pulling in the fences. Too much room in the outfield. So they think. I've always liked a ballpark that plays big. Everyone likes the home run, so it's the smaller ballparks, the ones that are more hitters' ballparks, that seem to be more in favor. A ball and no strikes. Down low, 2-0. Not sure what's going on with Roman McGuire. Roman just had better control the last time we saw him. Swing and a miss, 2 balls and a strike. Roman, if anything, looks a little like his mechanics are off, like when he's stepping, not stepping like he normally does. He's got a slide step here. That's fouled away, 2-2. So if nothing else, Marshfield clears the number 9 batter here in this second inning. We are scoreless. Swing and a miss. Roman McGuire battles back and gets his second strikeout. Not hurt by a leadoff single and a walk. Inning and a half complete. Chaparrals nothing, Merchants nothing on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, my name is Preston. I have the Abbey Bank Bright Future checking account for kids and teens. I really like the mobile wallet feature. I just tap my phone to pay for snacks or anything at a store. I get my own debit card that my mom can transfer money into. She can also turn my card on or off if I misplace it. Plus, Abbey Bank gave me a bonus after I made my first deposit. Mom, if you're listening, send more money, please.
Visit us online at abbeybank.com to learn more. Abbey Bank is a member FDIC.
Save during the summer tire event at Sherrill Tire and Service Centers. Up to $150 back on a select set of 4 Goodyear tires. Buy online or mail-in rebate when you use the Goodyear credit card through June 30th at Sherrill Tire and Service Centers. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to Grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and 0 premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at Grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
Whatever the Pirates will fade to. Bottom of the second is on. 6, 7, and 8 in the Merchants' order to hit. Wade Farmer, Andrew Baranowski, and Connor Langban. I'm Chris Conley. I wonder if our Merchants attendance will be down today because we are competing with the Wisconsin Valley Fair. You got to choose between baseball and Rick Springfield tonight. We were joking back at the radio station. We know that Jesse's Girl will be Rick Springfield's big signature song. We wonder what his second song will be tonight. You had to look back in the musical archives. Do you remember Don't Talk to Strangers? In the music video, a rotary dial phone is set on fire. Don't talk to strangers. Music videos were weird back then. Do you know the story about Jesse's Girl? Now, Rick Springfield's an Australian. And of course, the theme of Jesse's Girl is that he's really hot for his best friend's girlfriend. He wishes that he could have Jesse, his boyfriend, his best friend's girl. And apparently the original demo of that song, he used one of his real friend's names. And the record company said, maybe you'll want to change that. We're going to release this as a single. So if the song was released as is, it would have been Kenny or Eddie or whoever, someone's girl, and that person would have known that Rick Springfield really wanted their girlfriend. Jesse's Girl is a made-up name. 1 ball and 1 strike. And we also looked up today, that song was at number 1 on this day in 1981. So Rick Springfield's been singing that thing for 40 years. 2 balls and a strike. Don't get me wrong, that was a big radio hit. That was a good song. Pretzeled, and they're going to say that, yeah, he went. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, even when you're twisted around like that, the bat crosses the hitting area. How could it not be a strike? 2-2. Well, that swing looks a little better. This is a fair ball. Slow roller down the third base side. Safe. Legged it out. Farmer knew that he had a chance right out of the box. That ball had a lot of topspin on it. And he's rewarded with a leadoff hit. Here's Andrew Baranowski. First time in the Merchant season that I've seen Andrew catch. Catcher today. Leadoff man aboard as the Merchants try and break through here in the bottom of the second. Baranowski is first ball swinging and fouls it off. Strike 1. Ag Country Farm Credit Services is a farmer-owned cooperative with a wide array of custom financing and financial services. Loans, leases, crop insurance, tax, and records, they have you covered. Contact Ag Country, Stevens Point, Walsall, Marshfield, and Medford. Call, strike 2. Long set with a runner at first base. Not going, and the pitch is up high. Kenny Schultz on the mound looked like he overthought the entire delivery. Steps off here. Runner moves back to first base. Nobody out, man at first, and a ball and 2 strikes to Baranowski. Puts this one in play on the infield. Third baseman makes the catch. Al Lalakala has retired Andrew Baranowski. There's the first out. Runner does not advance. Connor Langbin to hit. Last Merchants game we did here on Zaleski Sports. Couple of line drives off Connor's bat and an RBI too. See how he fares against left-handed pitching. Takes a strike. Takes strike 2 right in the same spot. Trying to advance Wade Farmer with a leadoff single on the infield. Feels like the lazy days of summer all of a sudden. Hot and humid for the first week of August. Down low. Thought about throwing down to first. Ball and 2 strikes. Off the plate, big bounce. Pitcher's got a cover here at first base. Out. Safe? Safe. Thought the ball was there in time, but again, we're looking into that sun down on the first base side. Connor Langman judged to be safe at first base, and there are runners at first and second. Tanner Graham hitting in the number 9 spot for the Merchants with 1 out now and 2 aboard. No argument from Marshfield, so they got it right? Right. Inside, ball 1. No, on the inside corner. To strike if the man behind the plate says so. He said strike. Checked his swing, but called strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Assuming no double play here, Brandon Kranz will get a chance to hit, so the Merchants will get back to the top of their order. Coming home, late swing, fouled off. Half of the base runners got that the hit and run was on there. Runner at second was off with the pitch. Runner at first was not. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner's not going here, and this is popped up foul. Room for a play? Nope. It's up against the chain link fence. Stayed in play, but not enough hang time. Still at 0-2 to Tanner Graham. Join the team at Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau. You'll work at a brand new state-of-the-art facility with excellent benefits, pay, culture, and more. Join a growing company and get your career on the right path. Great Lakes Cheese. You can apply online at greatlakescheese.com. greatlakescheese.com. Down low, catcher keeps it from going to the backstop. A ball and 2 strikes. Waiting on the 1-2 pitch. Pitcher steps off, runner goes back. I will probably hear some New York Yankees games on the radio when I'm on vacation in New York. Hear the biggest showboat in all of baseball play-by-play, John Sterling, who calls the games for the Yankees. He's in his 80s now, still going strong. Swing and held by the catcher, and Tanner Graham is the second out of the inning. Now, of course, when John Sterling calls a home run, every home run feels like it's going from New York out of the ballpark and somewhere into New Jersey. Just every home run is called that way. For a couple of years, he was teamed up with John Miller, who now works for the Baltimore Orioles. And John Miller felt the obligation to correct all the exaggerated calls. Bounces off the catcher's glove. Runner's going to move up here from second to third base. So the Merchants get the lead runner, Wade Farmer, 90 feet closer. Yes, John Miller and John Sterling no longer work together. That was impossible. You would hear a home run call that sounded like a moonshot. This is into left field, caught, and the inning is over. Moving over, Isaiah Burrell. Merchants leave runners at first and third. 2 innings complete, and there's no score on Zaleski Sports.
At Express Employment Professionals, we place people from all walks of life in all kinds of jobs.
Hi, welcome to Express. Please sign in and have a seat.
Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks.
No interest in water sports? Biking not really your thing? Want to add some excitement to your camping trip? Need more fun in your life? Hit the trails with an ATV or side-by-side from Bill's Service Center. At Bill's, your passion is our passion, and you'll find your fun with the latest from Can-Am or Polaris off-road products. When you need more fun, you need Bill's.
Bill's Service Center, where the adventure begins.
Top of the third is on, and the Marshfield Chaparrals have number 1, 2, and 3 in their batting order. We know we've got a lot of Zaleski sports fans back in Marshfield. If you're listening in or watching tonight's game, glad to have you with us.
Marshfield's back 10 guys.
All right, we understand that Marshfield is batting 10, and Brent Erstad is the designated hitter, taking his turn here. Inside corners, strike one from Roman McGuire. It would be impossible for Roman to pitch better than he did against Merrill. Roman has not quite been as overpowering in this game. 2 hits. Been traffic in both of the frames so far. Well, Brett Erstad saw just 3 pitches and is on his way back to the dugout. Here's Tommy Dronner, strikeout victim, his first time up. Into center field. Dronner's got himself a 1-out base hit. Right up the middle. Thinking of the New York voices for radio. One of the best radio play-by-play guys, just doesn't have a national profile, who's not alive anymore, is Bob Murphy, who called the games for the New York Mets for years on the radio. He's in the broadcaster's wing of the Baseball Hall of Fame. And yet outside of New York, I mean, he did all of his work for the Mets. And most of those radio, not television. Isaiah Barril takes strike one. Sad to say, though, Bob Murphy literally, he smoked himself to death. Chain smoker. When the camera would pan over to him, when you'd see him doing the radio games, and on TV, they'd say, there's Bob Murphy. Always had a cigarette going. And eventually the body can't take that. Self-destructive behavior. Fouled back, a ball and 2 strikes. I don't know, I tell my friends who smoke to give up that habit immediately and begin overeating like I do. Overeating's a more pleasurable bad habit, right? Of course it is. 1-2, and this is popped up. It's on the infield. To the second baseman, Brandon Kranz makes the catch. There's the second out. Riley Bauman will hit. 2 outs and a man at first. Bauman singled his first time up. I don't know, the plum jobs in broadcasting are Major League Baseball play-by-play jobs. Fly ball to left center. Left fielder Coleman Schilling is over, and that brings the inning to a close. Marshfield gets another hit. They've got 3 for the ball game. We're going to the bottom of the third, and we're still scoreless between the Chaparrals and Merchants on Zaleski Sports.
Elite Auto Care is a family-owned business providing top-notch car care to the Schofield, Weston, and Wausau area. They deliver honest and professional automotive repair and maintenance services with quality ASE certified technicians that you can trust. Elite Auto Care offers the latest technology and is equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on both foreign and domestic vehicles. From general maintenance, air conditioning and brakes to exhaust, axle repair, tires, or just a simple oil change. Turn to Elite Auto Care, your local family-owned auto business on Schofield Avenue in Schofield.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet, and going on now through the end of May, the Spring Tire Plus event, which means huge saving on select tires. $50 rebates, $70 rebates, up to $100 rebates on select tires. Going on now through May 31st.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
And Jesse's girl plays between innings here. So Rick Springfield is unavoidable tonight, either at the fair or at Simon Field. Crystal Finishing Systems is a family-owned business, now hiring for both their Weston and Mosinee locations, with openings in manufacturing, fabrication, management, customer service, and so much more. Learn more at crystalfinishing.com.
Leading off for the Merchants pitcher, number 24, Roman McGuire.
One of my radio broadcasting friends, I think we were more acquaintances than friends, a guy named Dan Horde. Dan Horde called the New York Mets games when the Mets had a farm team in Tidewater. Roman McGuire leads off, strike one, swing and a miss. Tidewater was the made-up name for the coastal area of Virginia where the Tidewater Tides play. And one of the nice things about being a minor league announcer for the Mets, when their regular radio crew went on vacation, you'd get to call some games in New York City. So during the summer, there'd be a couple of games. Say, hey, that's Dan Horde. I remember him from Syracuse University. And he'd do a couple of Mets broadcasts on WNBC, now WFAN radio. Dan had a play-by-play opportunity to work for the Montreal Expos, and he turned them down. And the radio jobs are so rare and they come open so infrequently for Major League Baseball. To call the games on the radio for a big league club, the answer almost always has to be yes. Roman McGuire looks at strike 3. Roman lingers in the batter's box like he wasn't so sure about that one. 3 pitches, and Roman has got a big smile, like, well, get him next time. Ryan Hubachek walked and was left at second base back in the first inning. Merchants have had runners in scoring position in the first 2 frames. So Dan Horde said no to Les Expos de Montreal. And that was around the time that everyone knew the Expos were going to leave Montreal. You remember their last 2 seasons? They played a lot of their baseball games in Puerto Rico. Played some games in Montreal, but some home games were played on the island in Puerto Rico. So you had twice as much travel, too, because you didn't have as many home games. Made the job a little less appealing. Hit to the shortstop, behind the bag, under his glove. Single for Hubachek. Josh Nielsen, who hit safely his last time up. Things worked out just fine for Dan Horde. Dan became the radio voice of the NFL Cincinnati Bengals, a job that he holds to this day, and is the basketball and football voice of the University of Cincinnati. You know what the nice thing about the college play-by-play jobs is? Summer's off. Just unless you're doing college baseball games and your college team is off to the College World Series. Behind second base, reaching up and making the play is Logan Homolka. There's the second out. Josh Nielsen is retired. Nolan Hoppe to hit. Yeah, if you're the voice of a big-time college sports program, you're probably doing football and basketball games. And then once the basketball season is over, once March Madness is done, and March Madness lingers into the early part of April, but then you got a couple of months off. That's a nice perk. Ground ball to the left side. Third baseman in. Nobody's got it. That's an error on the third baseman, Al Lalakala. Keeps the inning going. Wade Farmer hit safely his first time up. He'll bat with 2 outs now and runners on first and second. Not to mention, I think if you're doing some college sports, you're hosting a lot of alumni banquets and things like that. Got to play a lot of golf. When the alumni and the mega donors come in, check swing on the infield. Shortstop's got it, and Will Lee has retired Wade Farmer. It brings the inning to a close. 3 complete, 0-0 on Zaleski Sports.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
To the top of the fourth. 4, 5, and 6 for the Chaparrals are ready to hit. I see that next week our Zaleski Sports coverage includes some of the football scrimmages. Transitioning from baseball to football. Logan Homolka bounced out to first, his first time up. Strike one from Roman McGuire. It's been a funny game in the sense that teams have had a lot of traffic. More often than not, we've seen runners in scoring position. No one's cashed anything in yet. Pitch is away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Popped up down the third base side. Josh Nielsen, lots of hustle, but I don't think he has room for a play. No, sir. Checking my email between innings, which I really shouldn't do. What if there's bad news there? See, one of our radio station employees is requesting time off, and I find everyone else's vacation except my own to be very inconvenient. 1-2 pitch to center field, and it's a hit. In the gap, going to stretch this to second. Yep, landed in the right spot, just out of the reach of Wade Farmer, and Logan Homolka's got a leadoff double. More on-base traffic in this ballgame. Opposing pitcher Kenny Schultz singled his first time up. Yeah, that's my only complaint about the Wisconsin Valley Fair. Work piles back up at the office while we are on the fairground doing the meet and greet, and we try to do as much of that as possible. To shallow left field, foul ball. That's a break for the Merchants. If that's fair, that's going to get a run in. Oh, and I have another fair complaint. The pop-up tent that we put up, I mean, the brand name is Easy Up. I'd like to dispute that. That tent has not ever gone up easy for us, not once. Strike two, no balls and 2 strikes. Hit column is even at 4 apiece. That's high and away. Stopped by catcher Andrew Baranowski. Saved Roman McGuire a wild pitch. Yes, as we're struggling and wrestling to get the station tent up, we're looking at the side with the big logo that says Easy Up. Well, not for us. Foul back, we stayed a ball and 2 strikes. Roman McGuire, long set. Checks that runner at second, coming home here. Strike 3. Roman McGuire's got his 4th strikeout against just 1 walk. More importantly, keeps that runner at second base, no advance. Sam Lehman fouled out to right field his last time up. Inside, just a little bit, ball 1. Roman McGuire kind of rolled his head back like he thought he had a strike there. Long set, coming home. Now that makes up for that was a not as good pitch as the first one judged a ball. Count evens at 1-1. See, it all works out over the course of a game. Inside, 2 balls and a strike. Umpires will tell you can't do makeup calls or else you're trying to catch up and correct things for the entire course of the game. Makes everyone crazy. Counts 2 balls and 1 strike. Runner at second base. That's outside, 3-1. I don't know if you don't want to work to Lehman here. This is not the worst walk in the world. Gives you a force at any base. And still keeps that lead runner at second base. Bounced off the plate, foul, 3-2. So now that you've got to full, why not strike him out? Roman McGuire's allowed only 1 walk. The times that he has been behind, he's been able to battle back and get to even in the count. Count's full up here, and Sam Lehman asks for time, and it's granted. McGuire's coming home. Late swing, but through the left side. That's not the best swing in the world, but it gets a base hit in, and the runner will hold at third base. Sam Lehman had kind of an inside-out swing and got it through the left side past shortstop Tanner Graham. First and third with 1 out. Will Lee popped out in foul territory his first time up, and now a visit to Roman McGuire. Can discuss how we want to play or how we want to pitch this. I don't know, are the rules different? Are you not allowed to huddle up the whole infield at this level of ball? Not sure. Well, the infielders stay in their spots. A leadoff double for Logan Homolka. He's now at third after the Sam Lehman single through the left side. Low, ball 1 to start off Will Lee. Yeah, Roman battled back to a full count before Sam Lehman singled off him. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And that's fouled back. Spoiled a pretty good pitch and stays alive. Evergreens play the infield, Merchants rather, play the infield at double play depth. Not in, even though there's a runner at third in this scoreless game. Swing and a miss held by the catcher Baranowski. There's a strikeout for the second out of the inning. Sloan Welch walked his last time up. He's the escape hatch for Roman McGuire. Baseball's brought to you by Wiggly Field. Great food, cold drinks for any occasion. Visit Wausau's favorite post-game restaurant. Go to Wiggly's on Schofield Avenue. Inside, ball one to Sloan Welch. Yeah, we saw Sloan down in Plover during the American Legion Regional Tournament. Sidearm throw over to first, almost wild. Don't want that. One 0 pitch. Almost hit him. 2-0. Camping World of Rothschild is just off I-39 with a huge inventory of new and used RVs, travel trailers, fifth wheels, and campers. Treat yourself to memories that'll last a lifetime. Visit Camping World of Rothschild. Fouled off, 2-1. Marshfield is in danger of wasting a leadoff double. There are now 2 outs. Checked his swing. Did he go? We're going to have to appeal that. Runner's going to steal second base. Not appealing to the infield umpire on what could have been strike 3. And that would have been close. Now runners at second and third. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Coming home. Got him anyway. Swing and a miss. Sloan Welch frustrated. Roman McGuire strikes out the side after a leadoff double and a single in between. Bottom of the fourth coming up, still scoreless on Zaleski Sports.
Fundraising can be a pain. FundraiseLocal.com is the solution. It's a business based in central Wisconsin that can help your school, club, or city organization raise money while helping our local businesses. FundraiseLocal.com is simple, fun, and great for the community with no door-to-door selling or piles of products sitting around the house. If you are an organization looking to fundraise or a small family-owned business looking for a way to grow by selling your gift cards, products, or services, find out more at FundraiseLocal.com. Shop local, fundraise local, be local.
Welding is about strength. The strength of structures and components, fabrications used to support industries and communities everywhere. The creation of something greater than its separate parts. Welders are creative. Their skills set them apart from the crowd. Start with a problem, feel the heat, make the sparks, become the solution. Manufacturing moves the Midwest and the world. Study welding at North Central Technical College.
Bottom of the fourth is on. Merchants send 7, 8, and 9 in their batting order to hit. Baranowski, Langbin, Graham. Another inning of work for Kenny Schultz. Runners left on base have piled up for both teams. Marshfield's left 6 men on base, and the Merchants have left 5. So the offenses have generated a little. No timely hitting from either side yet. Fleet Farm says find deals for your 4-legged friends. Argos' ears just perked up. Fleet Farm has a huge selection of treats, toys, and food for your dog or cat. Save on top brands like Purina, Science Diet, Tidy Cat, and more. Get everything you need at one stop. Get it all at Fleet Farm.
Catcher number 3, Andrew Baranowski.
Andrew Baranowski popped out to the left side his first time up. Down low, ball 1. Schultz so far today, 2 strikeouts and a walk. An error has been committed behind him. Didn't hurt him. Inside, 2-0. Merchants have had the leadoff man aboard in 2 of the first 3 innings. Baranowski swings and misses there. 2 balls and 1 strike. In the next few minutes, the sun will dip below the trees down the first base side. We always appreciate that. Popped up in foul territory and out of play. 2-2. Yeah, yesterday was a more comfortable day than today, that's for sure. In the upper 70s yesterday with that nice comforting breeze. Just more humid today. Hit him in the box. That's a foul ball. And we stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Every team needs to fundraise. Keep it local with Fundraise Local. Learn all about how your organization can raise money while keeping that money here in the community. Visit fundraiselocal.com. Shop local, fundraise local, be local. Baranowski fouls another off. 2-2. Off the plate again. A lot of backspin, but foul down the third base line. So Baranowski's hanging tough. Schultz coming home at 2-2 again. Foul back again. Good at bat for Andrew. See if he gets one he can drive here. Baranowski asks for time, and it is granted. Two pitch. Pitcher wins the battle. Swing and a miss. Andrew Baranowski has struck out.
First baseman number 13, Connor Langman.
Here's Connor Langman, an infield single his first time up. Connor's a little late on his swing there and fouls that back for strike 1. Let's see, for the Merchants, are playoff games ahead next week? I think they are. Down low, a ball and a strike. I'm told next Friday in Wisconsin Rapids. Fly ball on the infield. Left side, third baseman's got it. He's in fair territory. Al Lalakala has retired Connor Langman. Tanner Graham struck out his first time, 0 for 1.
Shortstop, number 9, Tanner Graham.
Graham had a big, long first at bat before he eventually went down swinging. Graham takes a strike. Outside, 1-1. Sutton Transport in Weston is your local family-owned trucking company specializing in next-day LTL delivery and national volume LTL services. Sutton Transport in Weston, they are fueled by 40 years of great service with a personal touch. An out on the infield brings the inning to a close. For the first time, the Merchants have gone 3 up, 3 down, 4 complete, and there's no score on Zaleski Sports.
You know better when you see it.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
But sometimes it's a little harder to tell what better looks like, and you could use a little help.
Thanks, Mom.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need in a health plan. Everything you'd expect from a good neighbor.
I'm Jamie Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
On to the top of the fifth. Scoreless so far. Al Lalacala, Brent Ertsted, and Tommy Dronner ready to hit for the Chaparrals. I had to ask before the game began, I don't know what a chaparral is. Is a chaparral a type of bird? Sounds fancy.
Leading off for Marshfield, third baseman, number 20, Al Lalacala.
I think there's something called the interwebs where you can look that thing up. It's a new thing. Maybe I'll have to give it a try. Al Lalacala to lead off. First ball swinging, strike one. Swing and a miss there. No balls and two strikes. Al's looked a little uncomfortable on his first two swings here. And there's a quick strike three. Lalacala sees just 3 pitches and is on his way back to the dugout. Roman McGuire has gotten the last 4 outs in this game via strikeout.
Extra hitter number 11, Brent Ertsted.
Brent Ertsted was a strikeout victim first time around. Roman McGuire, as we've gotten further into the ball game, has done a better job getting ahead of batters. 0-1 pitch, that's low, 1-1. Swing and a miss there. Count evens at 2-2. Wikipedia tells me a chaparral is a shrubbed plant found mostly in California and parts of Oregon, nowhere near Marshfield, shaped by a Mediterranean climate. Shallow left field, it's down. A 1-out single for Brent Ertsted. Top of the order, Tommy Dronner's 1 for 2 today.
Right fielder, number 89, Tommy Dronner.
Thinking about bunting with 1 out, takes a strike. Again, in a game where neither team's been able to get the timely hit. Both teams have left runners in scoring position in multiple frames. Inside, 1-1. 1 out here with Brent Ertsted at first base. Late swing to short. Graham bobbles it, gets it to second 1. The bobble will cost any chance at a double play, and the throw is high, and the runner will take an extra base. So a couple of not so good things on that play. Dronner gets to first on a fielder's choice, but then it's a throwing error from the second baseman, Brandon Kranz, who moves him over to second. There is a force out. A second out was recorded on that play. Isaiah Baril will hit.
Number 2, Isaiah Baril.
Fouls the first pitch back for a strike. Isaiah's got the full mask on in front of his batting helmet. Looks like he's ready to suit up for football. Judging from his size, Isaiah would be a wing of some kind. Big lead. Runners going down to third. Got such a huge jump. Stolen. He came off the base and he's called out. The inning's over. Drunner overslid third base. His hand came off the bag, and Josh Nielsen, Johnny on the spot, applied the tag. It'll go down as a stolen base and then a caught stealing on the overslide. The inning comes to an end. Marshfield
We said
with
we're growing, and we are. Come join the Crystal Finishing family. We're looking for experienced industrial maintenance mechanics, CNC fabricators, all driver positions for our freight team, as well as skilled and general production. We know the importance of a work and life balance. Our shift options and flexible schedules set us apart. Our pay ranges from $17 to $43 per hour depending on your skill level. We're proud to be a family-owned company that is committed to our community, team members, and the growth of our business. Call or jump on our website to learn more.
Hi, my name is Preston. I have the Abbey Bank Bright Future checking account for kids and teens. I really like the mobile wallet feature. I just tap my phone to pay for snacks or anything at a store. I get my own debit card that my mom can transfer money into. She can also turn my card on or off if I misplace it. Plus, Abbey Bank gave me a bonus after I made my first deposit. Mom, if you're listening, send more money, please.
Visit us online at abbybank.com to learn more. Abbey Bank is member FDIC.
Save during the summer tire event at Sherrill Tire and Service Centers. Up to $150 back on a select set of 4 Goodyear tires. Buy online or mail-in rebate when you use the Goodyear credit card through June 30th at Sherrill Tire and Service Centers. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
In a 0-0 game, Marshfield goes to their bullpen. Chase Higgins takes over for Kenneth Schultz. Schultz works 4 innings. He was not scored on. 4 hits. Schultz struck out 3 and walked 1. So Schultz goes through the Merchants lineup twice, and Brandon Kranz will lead off for a third at-bat. Kranz is 0 for 2 today. While this is a 0-0 game, this ball game has not played particularly fast. We've been at it for an hour and 10 minutes so far. The only 3-up, 3-down inning was the Merchants' bottom half of the 4th. And here come the Merchants in the bottom of the 5th. Chase Higgins ready to work to Brandon Kranz 0 for 2. First ball swinging, fouled off down the left field side. Reaches out. This is trouble if fair. It is a foul ball. Extra bases if that's fair and in the corner. Chase Higgins looking around where the baseball was. The ball that was fouled off, thrown back in, and will stay in play. Kranz is down, no balls, 2 strikes. Reaches out here, shortstop's got it. Big hop for Will Lee, who throws out Kranz, who's now 0 for 3. Roman McGuire was one of Kenneth Schultz's 3 strikeouts his last time up. First pitch to Roman breaks over the outside corner. That's a strike. Inside, 1-1. I see at the fair tomorrow, their country music act for the year, Joe DiMessina, will perform. I know next to nothing about country music. I know Heads Carolina, Tails California. One of the songs we'll be hearing tomorrow. Outside, 2-1. Fouled away 2-2. Actually, I will share this. It's got to be a short story if it's about my country music knowledge, just because there's not a lot of it. A couple of years ago, I had a friend who really wanted to see Brad Paisley, and he was playing Country Fest in Cadott. He was the featured performer. Now, if you know Country Fest, you go there and you get a whole day of musical acts. Swing and a miss. There's the second out of the inning. Roman McGuire is down on strikes. Ryan Hubachek's been on base both times, a walk and a single. So, I mean, Brad Paisley's a great entertainer. But, I mean, his show is so high-tech. I mean, he's got fireworks and video. And you quickly come to the conclusion he's got to play the same show every night. There's no variety in his show, that his song list, his set is all set for him. Because if not, the video and the pyrotechnics and all the other effects wouldn't work. I kind of like the earlier acts who were still big names, but could just kind of do whatever they wanted. Fly ball to left. Making the catch there is Isaiah Baril. And the Merchants have gone 3 up, 3 down now for 2 innings in a row. 5 complete, still 0-0 on Zaleski Sports.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
At Express Employment Professionals, we place people from all walks of life in all kinds of jobs.
Hi, welcome to Express. Please sign in and have a seat.
Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks.
And a pitching change for the Merchants as we go to the top of the 6th inning. Logan Langman comes on in relief of Roman McGuire. Roman McGuire worked 5 innings, was not scored on. 6 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 1 walk. So another effective line for Roman McGuire. Worked around a leadoff double in the 4th inning. And Roman McGuire, for his 2nd appearance in a row, not scored upon. I'll finish the Brad Paisley story as we've got a moment here. Again, I had a great time at Country Fest and thought Brad Paisley was tremendous. But the earlier bands who didn't have all the explosions and light shows and video clips playing behind them, I found more entertaining. Why? Because, I mean, they could take requests from the crowd. Yell out what song you want to hear. And one of those guys who was in the early music lineup that day at Country Fest was Phil Vassar. He's country music's piano man. Plays the piano up on stage. And just so happens wrote a lot of songs for other country singers. Kept some of them for himself. Wrote many of Joe D. Messina's hits, Phil Vassar. Could tell right away that I liked him. Isaiah Baril hitting here. First pitch from Langman was a strike, and that one's a ball. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Inside, almost hit him, 2-1. A little bit of pressure on the bullpens here because no one's broken through yet in this game. All zeros so far as we play the top of the 6th. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Merrill Steel is your partner for structural steel fabrication. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest. Apply today. MerrillSteel.com. That's one word, MerrillSteel.com. Counts full up now on Baril. Fouled back. Yeah, Langman's going to want to challenge the batter here. Don't want to issue a free pass to the first man you face. Full again. To the shortstop. Tricky hop there for Tanner Graham. He's got it, stays in front of it, and throws him out. Baril is 0 for 3. Riley Bauman singled back in the first inning to get us started tonight. Express Employment says, get help finding your next career at Express Employment Professionals. They have locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, and Marshfield. Learn more online. Their website is expresspros.com. That's expresspros.com. That breaks in for a strike. So that's good. Logan Langman showing he can throw that number 2 pitch over for a strike. That's encouraging. 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Bauman had trouble catching up with the Express. Pitchers count here for Logan Langman. It's low, a ball and 2 strikes. Well, someone's going to break through sooner or later in this game.
Yeah. Got around the outside corner. Maybe he's going to triple up here. Throw his neck.
Just missed outside. 2-2. Not a bad pitch. Two balls, 2 strikes. That one's fouled off. Had to swing at that one. One out, 2-2 coming, and that's low. The count goes full. Sun has now disappeared behind the trees down the left field line. Lights take effect at Simon Field. And we're waiting on a 3-2 pitch. Fly ball to center. A run into the gap. Hung up just enough, and moving over is the right fielder, Nolan Hoppy, who makes the catch. There's the second out. Logan Homolka probably provided the best scoring opportunity of the game so far. He led off the 4th with a double. Was moved over to third base on a hit, but could come no closer. Roman McGuire got the 2nd and 3rd outs in those innings by strikeout. Homolka's first ball swinging and fouls that one away. There have been some improvements here in the press box at Simon Field. New shelving is up and all of our trophies right next to the staircase proudly displayed. Punched through the right side, a hit for Homolka, who's the first player in the 2-hit club today. If that shelf's not strong enough, 3 decades of Everest baseball memorabilia goes right down the stairways.
Number 4, Kenny Schultz.
Kenny Schultz, who was the starting pitcher, now playing the field, will take his turn at bat. 2 outs and a man on first. Schultz is 1 for 2 with a single. Off speed, strike 1. So that's twice now that Logan Langman's shown his breaking ball and has put it over for strikes both times. Pounds the strike zone with a fastball, 0-2. So Logan's ahead in the count. Bounced off the plate. Got to be a tough play here. Everybody's safe. A hit in the infield. Yeah, you could tell there was a little bit of trouble there once it got past the pitcher, Logan Langman. Well off to Logan's left, so hard to make a play on that ball. 2 outs in first and second for Sam Lehman, who singled his last time. That's the 8th hit for the Chaparrals. First ball swinging, slow roller to second. Get the force there, and the inning comes to an end. The Chaparrals have left 8 men on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th, still scoreless on Zaleski Sports.
No interest in water sports? Biking not really your thing? Want to add some excitement to your camping trip? Need more fun in your life? Hit the trails with an ATV or side-by-side from Bill's Service Center. At Bill's, your passion is our passion, and you'll find your fun with the latest from Can-Am or Polaris off-road products. When you need more fun, you need Bill's.
Bill's Service Center, where the adventure begins. Elite Auto Care is a family-owned business providing top-notch car care to the Schofield, Weston, and Wausau area. They deliver honest and professional automotive repair and maintenance services with quality ASE certified technicians that you can trust. Elite Auto Care offers the latest technology and is equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on both foreign and domestic vehicles. From general maintenance, air conditioning and brakes to exhaust, axle repair, tires, or just a simple oil change. Turn to Elite Auto Care, your local family-owned auto business on Schofield Avenue in Schofield.
As we chug through these middle innings, it's already becoming apparent whoever can get that first run across could have a big advantage in this game. Some games you figure 1-0 is easy to overcome. Doesn't feel like that this afternoon. Josh Nielsen will be leading off. It's a second inning of work for Chase Higgins, who got a 3-up, 3-down 5th and is now out to work the bottom of the 6th. As both teams went to the bullpen, they've both moved from left-handed starters to right-handed relievers. See whose batters can adjust. Josh Nielsen singled and popped out on the infield. 1 for 2 today. Ball 1 to Nielsen. You also think as we get into the later innings, lead-off base runner, you'll think about sacrificing, moving that batter over any way you can. Nielsen fouls that back, 1-1. Foundation Finance says now's your chance to work with a company that really understands growth. Foundation Finance Company has grown every year since they started in 2012. Make the money you need with flexible scheduling, a close-knit, fun-loving group, and full-time benefits that start from day one at Foundation Finance. 2 balls and a strike now to Nielsen. Nielsen lines it to left field, but right at the left fielder Isaiah Baril. And Josh Nielsen is out. Got to hit it where they ain't. Nolan Hoppe got on board with an error his last time. He's officially 0 for 2. Beg your pardon. Coleman Schilling is going to hit for himself here. And Schilling, strike 1. Schilling's been playing left field today. Was DH'd for in the original lineup. Took something off, and that's over. No balls, 2 strikes. And Schilling is down on strikes on 3 pitches. 2 outs and nobody on. Marshfield pitching has retired the last 8 Merchants hitters. Farmer is 1 for 2 today. Low for ball 1. Got under this. Right fielder's going back, but there's room for a play. And there's the catch from Tommy Dronner. Suddenly the Merchants' bats have gone kind of quiet. Nothing doing in the sixth. 6 complete, 0-0 on Zaleski Sports.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet, and going on now through the end of May, the Spring Tire Plus event, which means huge saving on select tires. $50 rebates, $70 rebates, up to $100 rebates on select tires. Going on now through May 31st.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
On to the top of the 7th, the second inning of work for Logan Langban. 2 Langban brothers on the field together. Logan's pitching and Connor's over at first base. Here comes Will Lee, who's 0 for 2 to lead off for the Chaparrals. Lee struck out and fouled out. In these middle innings, the Chaparrals have had the better scoring opportunities, just still have nothing to show for it. Outside, ball 1. Elite Auto Care is where Schofield, Weston, and Wausau turn for local, family-owned auto service you can trust. Major and minor repairs, foreign and domestic vehicles. Look to Elite Auto Care. They're on Schofield Avenue in Schofield. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Cutter there, and Lee was right over the top of it. Called strike 3. Will Lee bends his back like he disagreed with the call. Lee is struck out for the second time tonight. Sloan Welch with a walk and a strikeout. He'll hit here with 1 out and no one on. High and tight, ball 1. 9 innings for Merchants baseball. So 3 more frames for one of these teams to get on the board. Stays up high, 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike. I mean, Logan Langban's velocity looks good, and yet there are some of these batters haven't been able to catch up with his fastball. 2-1 pitch. Hit foul down the third base side. 2-2. Waiting on a 2-2 pitch. Checked his swing way out in front of it. There's strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Langban. Al Lalakala struck out twice by Roman McGuire, so he's happy to see somebody else. Lalakala will take his turn against Logan Langban. Up high, ball 1. Now you hope that Logan Langban has seen how Lalakala has struggled at the bench. You want to challenge him in this spot. There's a strike, 1-1. Yeah, Lalakala has looked awkward on both of his strikeouts. Not comfortable at the plate so far for today's game. Slow roller to short. Tanner Graham's got it. Throws across the diamond. Got him. That's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Logan Langman. Chaparrals are quiet in their half of the 7th. We've reached the 7th inning stretch. 0-0 on Zaleski Sports.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
Fundraising can be a pain. FundraiseLocal.com is the solution. It's a business based in central Wisconsin that can help your school, club, or city organization raise money while helping our local businesses. FundraiseLocal.com is simple, fun, and great for the community with no door-to-door selling or piles of products sitting around the house. If you are an organization looking to fundraise or a small family-owned business looking for a way to grow by selling your gift cards, products, or services, find out more at FundraiseLocal.com. Shop local, fundraise local, be local.
We're back at Simon Field. Kind of a warm, muggy night. Started in the lower 80s. Still on the sticky side. 7, 8, and 9 in the Merchants' order to hit here against Chase Higgins. That's Andrew Baranowski, Connor Langman, and Tanner Graham. Merchants have had only runners in scoring position twice in this game. 2 outs, they had a runner at second in the first inning, couldn't do anything with it. And then with 1 out, got a runner over to third base in the third inning, couldn't bring him around. Merchants look like they're going to send a pinch hitter up to start the bottom of the 7th inning. Looks like Ben Adams. Yeah, Ben Adams is going to hit for Andrew Baranowski.
Pinch hitter for the Merchants, number 10, Ben Adams. Catcher and first baseman switch.
All right, new hitter takes his turn here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Marshfield is out, hit the Merchants 8-4. Each team's committed an error. First pitch from Higgins. Looking to bunt his way aboard. Pitcher's going to have to barehand this and throw down the first. Throws wildly. And the Merchants are going to have a runner at least at second. This throw is way up the line. They're going to try and send him over to third, and he's going to be in there. Yes, sir. A 3-base throwing error. I don't think that scored a hit because I think a good throw from the pitcher, Chase Higgins, would have gotten him. Boy, something like that may open this ball game up. A 3-base throwing error. And here's Connor Langman. Marshfield's got to play the infield in with nobody out and a runner at third base. And you know what? On the throwing error, the clock in the pitcher's head was wrong, that he was going to barehand that, thinking that he had to rifle that down to first base. He had more time than he realized. Rushed the throw, threw wildly. Two balls and no strikes. Higgins thought that was a strike, thought that his catcher was crossed up and didn't frame it properly. Merchants with their best chance in a while to finally break through. There's a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike. The job for Connor Langman is to put the ball in play. Make him cut down the runner at the plate, see if something good happens. Punch it through the drawn-in infield. 2 balls and a strike, almost hit him. 3 balls and a strike. Long set, coming home. Down low, ball 4. Runners at the corners.
Pinch hitting for the Merchants, number 6, Tom Schnell.
Pinch hitter coming up here, Tom Schnell in the Tanner Graham spot. First and third, nobody out. Can the Merchants finally get something on the board here? Ben Schnell back, ball 1. Long set, coming home. Ben's in for a strike, 1-1. Can Schnell deliver off the bench? Ben's in again, strike 2. Auto Select of Weston on Schofield Avenue has been providing dependable vehicle repair, service, and tires for 22 years. A 3-year nationwide warranty, free roadside assistance at Auto Select. You're good to go. Auto Select, Schofield Avenue, Weston. It's fouled off. We stayed a ball and 2 strikes. Boy, there are so many ways to manufacture a run with runners at first and third and nobody out. The Merchants would feel like a snake-bit team if they don't get anything out of this situation in this scoreless game. 1-2 laid off that one, and it's outside, 2-2. Good eye, Tuck. Two pitch. Hit on the ground to the first base side. To second, there's 1. Back to first, pitcher's covering, and Schnell is hit into a double play, and the runner does not advance from third base. Chaparrals worked everything out right on that. That's a 6-4-1 double play. Just like that, there were 2 outs. Brandon Kranz to hit. Oh for 3 today. He's due. Swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt.
Second baseman, number 17, Brandon Kranz.
I mean, maybe in a 0-0 game when you see the pitcher's got to cover at first base, maybe you just try and send that runner from third, see if you get lucky. There are worse plays. You do run the risk of running yourself into a triple play, but the pitcher whose momentum's going past first base got to turn and throw him out. Not such an easy play. 0-2 pitch coming. Swing and a miss. Marshfield works around a runner at third base with nobody out, and there is still no score. 7 complete on Zaleski Sports.
Welding is about strength. The strength of structures and components, fabrications used to support industries and communities everywhere. The creation of something greater than its separate parts. Welders are creative. Their skills set them apart from the crowd. Start with a problem, feel the heat. Make the sparks. Become the solution. Manufacturing moves the Midwest and the world. Study welding at North Central Technical College.
You know better when you see it.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
But sometimes it's a little harder to tell what better looks like, and you could use a little help.
Thanks, Mom.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need in a health plan. Everything you'd expect from a good neighbor.
Top of the 8th. We're still scoreless. Merchants had first and third, nobody out. Oh, a double play. And then a strikeout. New pitcher coming on for the Merchants. Jared Huckstra will be the third pitcher used tonight. Logan Langman was effective, working the 6th and 7th innings. 2 hits, not scored upon. 2 strikeouts, no walks. It's a good line for Logan Langman today. Huckstra hard throwing, almost right over the top, right-hander. He'll face Brent Alstred, Tommy Dronner, and Isaiah Baril. All right, ready to go. Top of the 8th is on. Culligan Water says get Culligan Water for $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. More online at sterlingculligan.com. That's culliganh2o.com. culliganh2o.com.
Pinch hitter for Marshfield. Number 6, Cole Ediger.
Cole Ediger, pinch hitting. To lead off for the Chaparrals, top of the 8th. Dronner, first pitch, high velocity, swing and a miss, strike 1. Boy, whichever team loses this game is going to be frustrated. At the knees, strike 2. It's a good spot for Jared Hoekstra, right at the hollows. Pitcher's ahead 0-2. Jared's all business tonight. That's strike 3, flipped down to first base for the out. Tommy Dronner, top of the batting order. Tommy's reached on an error and singled. He's officially 1 for 3 tonight. Strike there. Merchant's third baseman Josh Nielsen's in a step and is playing off the line. Ball and a strike now. Called strike 3. Beg your pardon, called strike 2. Toronto didn't like that. Look back at the home plate umpire. 1-2 pitch here. That was close, 2-2. Down low, and the count goes full to Dronner. 1 out, nobody on as we play the top of the 8th in a scoreless ball game. Both teams have had situations where it just seems improbable, like they couldn't score a run. Marshfield back in the 7th. Here's a bouncing ball. Tanner Graham handles the tricky hop and no, called safe. That's a bang-bang play at first base. Judged to be safe. Dronner's got an infield hit. Graham couldn't get a lot on that throw, had to play a high hop. Isaiah Baril will hit. Yeah, Marshfield had a leadoff double in the 7th inning. Couldn't bring him around. Merchants had nobody out. Runners at first and third in their half of the 7th. Couldn't get a run in. Wow, runner was leaning, and it's a wild throw to first base, way up the line. Runner's going to get at least third base. And that ball had to be hustled back in, or he could have come around and tried to score. throwing error on the pitcher, Jared Hoekstra, and he caught the runner who was going to go there. Threw wild to first base, and there's one out and a runner on third for the Chaparrals. Now it's the Merchants who have to play the infield in. Connor Langdon practically ran to Wausau's 400 block to have to retrieve that ball. 1 ball and no strikes. That's up high, 2-0. In this one-out situation, boy, a strikeout sure would help the cause. Then you can play the infield back. Ground ball to short. Tanner Graham's got it, and the runner is... everybody's going to be safe. They're not going to record an out there, but the run does not score. Tanner Graham looked the runner back, had the runner straying from third base, but then opted to throw over to first, not in time. It's a fielder's choice to put runners at the corners. Infield stays in for Riley Bauman, 1 for 3. Even though an out was not recorded, Tanner Graham, by making sure that ball didn't get past him, saved a run. Runners going, and second base has been stolen. At home plate, that's strike 1. A hit to the outfield probably brings in 2 runs. Again, in situations like this so far in the game, neither team's been able to deliver the timely hit. 0-1 pitch is high, 1-1. Inning started off fine with Jared Hoekstra, got the strikeout of Cole Ettinger. Fouled off down the first base side and into the net. 1-2. Logan Homolka has been the best hitter in the ballgame so far. He waits on deck. He's 2 for 3 today. 1-2 pitch. Fouled off again into the road. Yeah, this inning shaped by the throwing error from pitcher Jared Hoekstra. Threw over to first, and threw wildly. 1-2 pitch. Fouled back again. So Riley Bauman's hanging tough. A ball and 2 strikes. Didn't miss by much. 2-2. Yeah, that was a pitch that Jared Hoekstra really needed to go his way. Judged to be inside. Fouled off again. All zeros in this game, and we've reached the top of the 8th inning. One out. 2-2 coming home. Hit to third. Got to be a play at the plate. Tagged. Out. Out at home. There's the second out of the inning. Josh Nielsen, sure-handed. Ball there, beat the runner, and out. Runners still at first and second. Logan Homolka's got a double and a single. So a big spot in this game. Will the Chaparrals be turned away yet again? Homolka took a big rip. Boy, he'd like another cut at that. Fouled it back. 0-1. Checked his swing and laid off the high hard one. 1-1. Set. Pitch. Took something off and left that low. 2 balls and a strike. Pinch hitter is out in the Kenny Schultz spot if the inning continues. And Schultz had 2 hits in the game. Hit to short. Graham on the backhand side gets underneath his glove. That's an error, and the bases are loaded. It's a 3rd error in the ball game for the Merchants. Pinch hitter coming up here. 2 outs and the base is full.
Pitcher number 18, Chase Higgins.
Chase Higgins, the pitcher, hitting for himself. Down low, gets away from the catcher. Catcher didn't know where it was. Finds it before the runner advances. So it is Chase Higgins making his first plate appearance. Looks to be the unlikely hero if he can get a hit here. The bases are full of Chaparrals. 2 outs. 1-0 pitch. Fouls that back. 1-1. Kind of a high-stress inning for Jared Hoekstra. Got an out at the plate to keep this a scoreless game. That was the 2nd out of the inning. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouled back again. And look at that. Jared Hoekstra, who struggled in this inning, is 1 pitch away, 1 strike away from hanging up another 0. One, 2 with 2 outs and the base is full. It's low. 2-2. Boy, just scoring chance after scoring chance has gone by the wayside in this game for both teams. 2-2 pitch. Over through. It's up high. 3-2. Well, I mean, here's the moment of the ball game so far. A walk forces in a run. A strike closes out the inning. What'll it be? Hoekstra is set. Here's his pitch. Up high, and he's just walked in a run. 1-0. Bases loaded walk. Bases are still full, and Sam Lehman is going to take his turn after a visit to the mound. Ball 4 was not close. I mean, the mission here is to keep this a 1-run game. The waters get really deep if you give up a hit, say, and another run or 2 come in this spot. Can't have that.
First baseman number 32, Sam Lehman.
So a run's in on a bases-loaded walk here in the 8th. Here's Sam Lehman. 1 for 3. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Hand coming off the bat there. Not a good swing. Down low. Gets away from the catcher, but not far enough. 1-1. There's a strike, a ball, and 2 strikes. Hoekstra got to 2 strikes before giving up the walk to Chase Higgins that forced in the run. Try and end it here and keep this a 1-run game. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to third. Nielsen's got it. Got to throw across the diamond. Got him. 1 run comes in, so the game looks different as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Chaparrals 1, Merchants nothing on Zaleski Sports.
I'm Jamie Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
We said we're growing, and we are. Come join the Crystal Finishing family. We're looking for experienced industrial maintenance mechanics, CNC fabricators, all driver positions for our freight team, as well as skilled and general production. We know the importance of a work and life balance. Our shift options and flexible schedules set us apart. Our pay ranges from $17 to $43 per hour depending on your skill level. We're proud to be a family-owned company that is committed to our community, team members, and the growth of our business. Call or jump on our website to learn more.
Welcome back. We're now the Merchants trail 1-0. 2, 3, and 4 spots in their batting order coming up against Chase Higgins, who stands to be the winning pitcher. Higgins also forced in the 1 run in the ball game. He was the batter when the bases were loaded. The Merchants did themselves no favors in the field back in that 8th inning. Had 2 errors. The throwing error from the pitcher, which went all the way up the first base line, turned out not to hurt the Merchants. That runner was cut down at home plate with the infield drawn in. But the Merchants should have had another force out at second base. Could have brought the inning to a much earlier end before we got into that bases loaded spot.
Leading off for the Merchants, pitcher number 18, Jared Hoekstra.
Jared Hoekstra hits for himself to lead off the bottom of the 8th. At the knees, strike 1. Jared can feel better about things if he gets himself on. That pitch is in about the same spot, judged low correctly. 1 ball and 1 strike. Merchants have 6 outs to work with and 1 run to find as we're playing the bottom of the 8th. That's on the outside corner. Strike 2. Hoekstra's got to be up there looking for contact in this spot. Thought about trying to bunt his way on. That's 2 strikes. Hoekstra should be out. And he is. That's kind of a weird at-bat. A 2-strike bunt attempt that's fouled off.
Designated hitter number 20, Ryan Hubachek.
And it's the time in the ball game where you can't be squandering outs. There's the first out of the 8th. Hubachek hits. He's walked and singled. 1 for 2 today, and that's low, ball 1. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Chase Higgins sure can't be giving up a free pass here. Hubachek's got home run power. Why not? 2-0 pitch. And that's away 3-0. Yeah, I mean, the memo for Chase Higgins is throw strikes. You finally got a lead in this ball game. And instead, it's a 4-pitch walk. Yeah, aside from having trouble delivering the timely hit, again, Marshfield got their run in, not on a hit, on a bases-loaded walk. Neither team has really helped themselves in this game. Josh Nielsen today is 1 for 3. Nielsen takes strike one. Throw over to first. Just lofted over there. We've seen two throwing errors. Pitcher throwing over to first base. One for each side. Nielsen lays off. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Do the Merchants dare try and steal second base in this? Hubachek's got good speed, too. But an out on the bases, it would be a killer. Runner not going. Swing is late and fouled off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Josh Nielsen's got to put this ball in play. Hit and run, maybe? Runner not going. That just missed. That's probably too close to take. 2-2. Coming home, fly ball to left. Outfielder is over, makes the catch. Isaiah Barril has retired Josh Nielsen. It's the second out of the inning. Coleman Schilling will hit. He was being DH'd for earlier in the game. He's made 1 plate appearance and struck out. Almost hit him. Ball 1. If the inning continues, Wade Farmer, who has one of the Merchants' 4 hits, awaits on deck. There are 2 outs. Well, that's a low strike. 1-1. Not sure about that. This 1-0 game, you want the strike zone to stay consistent. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Two outs, a ball and 2 strikes. Coming home, put in the gap to right center field, but it just hung up long enough for Tommy Dronner to come over and make the catch. The Merchants get a base runner on a walk and do not score. We're going to the 9th. Chaparrals 1, Merchants nothing on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, my name is Preston. I have the Abby Bank Bright Future checking account for kids and teens. I really like the mobile wallet feature. I just tap my phone to pay for snacks or anything at a store. I get my own debit card that my mom can transfer money into. She can also turn my card on or off if I misplace it. Plus, Abby Bank gave me a bonus after I made my first deposit. Mom, if you're listening, send more money, please.
Visit us online at abbybank.com to learn more. Abby Bank is a member FDIC.
Save during the summer tire event at Sherrill Tire and Service Centers. Up to $150 back on a select set of 4 Goodyear tires. Buy online or mail-in rebate when you use the Goodyear credit card through June 30th at Sherrill Tire and Service Centers. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to Grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and 0 premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at Grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
All right, we're back at Simon Field. I'm Chris Conley. Jared Hoekstra surrendered a run in the 8th and now really needs to keep this a 1-run ball game in the 9th. Here comes Will Lee, who's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. It'll be Lee's first time facing Hoekstra tonight. Was struck out once by Roman McGuire, and then struck out a second time by Logan Langman. Chaparrals looking for an insurance run, which would be huge for them. Ball one bounces in front of the plate, goes back to the screen. Low again, 2 balls, no strikes. Hoekstra's the third pitcher used by the Merchants today. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Post-game coverage to follow. We'll wrap this one up however it ends. 1-0 game, so the game's very much still hanging in the balance. Popped up in foul territory. Baranowski, the catcher. Wow. Kind of moved to the left and then shifted back to the right, and the ball had enough hang time that it should have been caught. 2-2. Yeah, a ball that's in the air that long, someone's got to get to it. Baranowski took a step to the left side, and then it looked like had a little trouble with his footing as he came back to the right. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Will Lee. To center field, got a run in, and it's down. Not enough hang time for Wade Farmer to make a play on that. So Lee, who should have fouled out, gets a 10th hit for Marshfield and is on first base. Here comes Sloan Welch. A walk and 2 strikeouts.
Catcher number 27, Sloan Welch.
Runner takes a big lead, takes a strike. Chaparrals have the luxury of trying to steal second base or put that runner in motion. You can play it a little looser when you have the 1-0 lead here. Throw over to first, runner's back. Boy, this would be a tough loss for the Merchants if they can't rally in their half of the 9th. Judged to be inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's inside. 2-1. Hoekstra gets the low strike there, 2-2. You know, in the later innings in this ball game, that low strike, it's like the strike zone's expanded a little bit. Couple of strikes that may be a little bit below the knees. Bouncing ball off the pitcher's glove, bobbled, and no out is recorded. Off of Jared Hoekstra's glove. Shortstop Tanner Graham overran it, and Graham's going to be assessed an error. It's the 4th error for the Merchants. Nobody out, and there are runners on first and second. Al Lalakala to hit. Struck out twice and grounded out. Ball 1.
Third baseman number 20, Al Lalakala.
I mean, there's a play where at least 1 out's got to be recorded. If the pitcher winds up fielding it, it could be a double play ball. So from 1 or 2 outs to no outs and runners on first and second. Yeah, the Merchants in the 1-run 8th inning and here in the 9th had trouble getting out of their own way. Down low, 2 balls and 1 strike. And Lalakala, who's struggled at the plate, I mean, you can't issue a walk to this guy. Got to make him beat you with his bat. hit up the first base side and foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners go back to their respective bases. Two pitch. To the shortstop. Caught. To second. Double play. Boy, that helps. Lalakala lines out to Tanner Graham, who then flips to the second baseman Kranz and gets Sloan Welsh. 2 outs on 1 swing of the bat. Cole Ettinger will hit with 2 outs now. So the chances of keeping this a 1-run game just went way up. Now there are 2 outs with just a man at first base. And foul back for a strike. 0-1 pitch is low, 1-1. Foul back, hit the umpire right off the balloon chest protector. 1-2. I think working with the balloon if you have home plate is cooler on a night like this. It is humid outside. Waiting on a 1-2 pitch with 2 outs. Called strike 3, and the inning comes to a close. So the Chaparrals do not get that insurance run that looked promising. They had runners at first and second with nobody out. Double play helped the cause for the Merchants. We go to the Last Chance Saloon in the bottom of the 9th inning. Chaparrals 1, Merchants nothing on Zaleski Sports.
At Express Employment Professionals, we place people from all walks of life in all kinds of jobs.
Hi, welcome to Express. Please sign in and have a seat.
Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks.
No interest in water sports? Biking not really your thing? Want to add some excitement to your camping trip? Need more fun in your life? Hit the trails with an ATV or side-by-side from Bill's Service Center. At Bill's, your passion is our passion, and you'll find your fun with the latest from Can-Am or Polaris off-road products. When you need more fun, you need Bill's.
Bill's Service Center, where the adventure begins.
The Merchants have not had a hit in this game since the 3rd inning. Bats have been quiet in the middle, and here we are in the 9th and final. They're trailing 1-0. That 1 run, a bases-loaded walk in the top of the 8th inning. So you'd like to go all out not to have such a hard luck loss. Wade Farmer to lead off for the Merchants. Against Chase Higgins, he's one of 2 Chaparrals pitchers used today. Kenneth Schultz had innings 1 through 4. It's been Higgins 5 now through 9. Yeah, Higgins has not allowed a hit in relief. He's walked 2 and has had an error committed behind him. Well, the inning sure gets more interesting if Wade Farmer can get aboard as the leadoff runner. First pitch in the 9th. Inside, ball 1. Farmer singled back in the 2nd off Kenneth Schultz. Fouls that one back, 1-1. Farmer flied out to right in his only at-bat against Chase Higgins. That's inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Hitter's spot here for Wade Farmer. Kind of got to throw him a strike here. Don't want to go to 3-1. See if Farmer gets something he can drive. Up high, 3 balls, 1 strike. Higgins thought that was a strike. It was not. It was above the letters. Coming home, walked him. Leadoff base runner for the Merchants. Andrew Baranowski will take his regular turn at bat. And just like that, we will have a pitching change.
Now pitching for Marshfield, number 6, Cole Ediger.
Cole Ediger, who's been used as a pinch hitter, comes in to pitch. 9th inning, the tying runs at first base with nobody out. We'll see how this one ends after this quick break on Zaleski Sports.
Elite Auto Care is a family-owned business providing top-notch car care to the Schofield, Weston, and Wausau area. They deliver honest and professional automotive repair and maintenance services with quality ASE certified technicians that you can trust. Elite Auto Care offers the latest technology and is equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on both foreign and domestic vehicles. From general maintenance, air conditioning and brakes to exhaust, axle repair, tires, or just a simple oil change. Turn to Elite Auto Care, your local family-owned auto business on Schofield Avenue in Schofield.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet, and going on now through the end of May, the Spring Tire Plus event, which means huge saving on select tires. $50 rebates, $70 rebates, up to $100 rebates on select tires. Going on now through May 31st.
Welcome back. I'm Chris Conley. Cole Edinger is the new pitcher, the 3rd pitcher being used for the Chaparrals. Chase Higgins worked 4 innings. Worked the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Did not surrender a hit. No runs. 3 strikeouts but 2 walks, and one of them here at first base in the 9th inning. Andrew Baranowski is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Ready to go. You'll do anything in this spot to move that runner down to second base. Big lead, thinking about bunting, and they're going to get the runner in between. And an out on the bases in the 9th inning. Farmer strayed too far. You know what? If Farmer had just taken off like a shot and gone to second base, he would have been safe. Bad time for a base running mistake. The leadoff base runner erased at second base. Andrew Baranowski's got to start it all over again. Up high, 2 balls and no strikes. Low, 3-0. I think Baranowski is going to be taking here because you do need a base runner in this spot. And a 4-pitch walk. So Cole Edinger walks the first batter that he faces. Here's Connor Langdon. A hit, a walk, and an out on the infield. Connor takes strike 1. Connor can hit for power too in this spot. Fouled that one back. 1 no balls, 2 strikes to Connor Langdon. Wild pitch. Going to move the runner down to second base. All right, this just got interesting. Merchants have the tying run in scoring position with 1 out. I mean, a hit to tie this game really bails the Merchants out on a game where they really haven't played well enough to win. I mean, it was a 0-0 game forever, so everything's magnified. That's wide, gets away from the catcher. Runner does not advance. Cannot afford another out on the bases here, so that's okay. Baranowski is still going to score on a hit to the outfield. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and the tying run at second base. That's high and away, 3-2. Don't want to walk Langbin. He's the winning run. He could be put on base here. Down low. Tying run at second, winning run at first. 3 walks here in the bottom of the 9th inning. To be honest with you, right now it seems like neither team can get out of their own way. Tanner Graham is 0 for 2. Big spot for Tanner. Hits number 9 in the batting order. Checks his swing. It's called strike 1. Merchants with only 4 hits, all singles. And that's away, 1 ball and 1 strike. So Cole Ettinger has struggled since coming in, walks the first 2 batters that he sees. The 1 out, base running mistake. Away, 2 balls and 1 strike. The waters are going to get deep for the Chaparrals if another walk's issued here. Top of the batting order would come up. Popped up on the first base side, it's foul. 2-2. In this 1-0 ball game. 2-2 pitch. Line drive to shallow center. It's down. The Merchants are going to try and score this run. Tie ball game. On a 2-strike hit from Tanner Graham, we're tied up 1-1. Brings around Andrew Baranowski. To the top of the order, Brandon Kranz. So the Merchants now have a chance to walk off and win this ball game. There are runners at first and second with 1 out. Kranz is 0 for 4. He's due in this ball game. Outside, ball 1. Runner at first base is meaningless here. That runner at second is the game-winning run in what's now a tied 1-1 game. Inside, 2-0. Yeah, that's the first hit for the Merchants since the 3rd inning of this ball game. Wow. 2-0 pitch, low, 3-0, in danger of loading up the bases. A walk here pushes that winning run just 90 feet away. Taking all the way and taking a strike, 3-1. Now, Kranz is going to have the green light here because a hit to the outfield could end this ball game. Looking for one to hit. Got under it. It's a fly ball down the right field line. Under and making the catch. Runner's going to tag, and both runners are going to advance. So that is the 2nd out in what is now a tie ball game. But Connor Langbin moves up to 3rd base on the fly out, and Tanner Graham moves up to 2nd. Up to Jared Hoekstra, who a minute ago was going to be the losing pitcher. He's now off the hook in this game, tied 1-1. After walking in that run in the 8th, he's got a chance to go from GOAT to hero in this at-bat. There are 2 outs. Did not check his swing, I don't think. That's going to be a strike. Wow, that's going to be a break. That's ball one. Thought for sure that Jared went too far on that. Takes a strike there, and the count evens 1-1. Hoekstra will either deliver a win or will go to extra innings. Swing and a miss. Strike two. A ball and 2 strikes. Wild pitch would send us home happy. A ball and 2 strikes. Fouled off down the first base side. Into the dark night and into the road. We stay at 1-2. Two outs. Winning run at third base. Bounced off the plate. This is going to be a tough play. Eaten up by the shortstop. Everybody's safe. And the ball game is over. The Merchants come from behind to win. Boy, the runner, it's another base running mistake that doesn't hurt the Merchants. The runner going from second to third could have been thrown out to bring the game to an end. The Merchants get an infield hit bounced off the plate from Jared Hoekstra and score twice in the 9th. A crazy ending gives the Merchants a 2-1 lead over the Chaparrals. We'll be back to wrap up in just a moment on our Zaleski sports coverage. 2 runs in the 9th. The Merchants are walk-off winners today. Stay tuned for our post-game show brought to you by Merrill Steel. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest. MerrillSteel.com. That's MerrillSteel.com. We'll be back to wrap up after this message on Zaleski Sports.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only in central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
Welcome back to Simon Field. Post-game coverage brought to you by Merrill Steel. I'm Chris Conley. This was a weird one. This was a 0-0 game going to the top of the 8th inning. The Chaparrals finally broke through when Jared Hoekstra issued a bases-loaded walk. So the third relief pitcher used by the Merchants forced in a run in the 8th. And then the Merchants come up with 2 runs in the 9th to win the ball game. Tanner Graham with an RBI single. And then with runners at second and third, Jared Hoekstra went from goat to hero, bounced the ball high off the plate. Shortstop Will Lee could not make a play, and the winning run came home 2-1. The only 2 runs of the ball game for the Merchants in the 9th inning to defeat Marshfield 2-1. The Merchants with 2 runs on 5 hits, they committed 4 errors and left 8 men on base. Marshfield had 1 run on 10 hits, 2 errors, and 11 men left on base. This is a stinging loss for the Chaparrals, who looked like that 1-0 lead was going to stand up in the 9th till the Merchants got a 2 spot to turn around the ball game and come home with a win. Final score, Merchants 2, Marshfield 1. And that wraps up our coverage tonight on Zaleski Sports. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Conley. Good night, everybody.